Hello and welcome to FlipNClip. Today I'm going to explain action sci-fi movie, so don't forget to grab your snacks and enjoy the video. A boy named Taylor comes on the scene as the film begins. He became a rescue diver who changed into transferring under the ocean to rescue a group of human beings from a submarine. A giant creature crashes with the submarine as he and his team are rescuing it. In the event that he stayed there for an extended period of time while leaving his group there, his life would no longer be secure. He brings back the human beings with him who had been stored with his aid. He needed to act like this to save the lives of others, even though he was not inclined to do so. At first glance, the beast appears to demolish the submarine beneath the water. The research center is proven to have been on a mission to discover something undersea. Morris, the holder of research center, came to the station and meets with the crew chief Zhang, his daughter Su-Yin and his granddaughter Mei-Ying. He then invites them inside the station where he introduces the Morris with other crew members: Jax, Dr. Heller, DJ, Mac, Lori, Wall, and Toshi. He informs them that the worldly humans are still of the opinion that Mariana is the private area beneath the ocean. Trench, however, is the opposite of Mariana. Trench surface is only a thermal layer. Think what could exist beneath that thermal layer. The below floor of that thermal layer can be absolutely populated. The leader had sent an underwater car to discover it, which had 3 explorers at final. They reached Mary on a trench, and that underwater automobile became being drifted with the aid of a lady. Her crew member says to her, "The time has come to transport below the surface of Mariana Trench." He asks her to glide from it, and she or he drifts the underwater car underneath the floor of Mariana Trench. Trench is left astonished as she crosses the thermal layer that there has genuinely changed into the current world. There have been some fish in conjunction with particular creatures, but they may not be most effective. Greatly surprised, but also excited due to the fact they were the first to explore the deeper phase of Mariana Trench. Now a peculiar element crashes with their underwater car, and a female attempts to touch the research center, but the connection is disconnected. The holder of center declares they need our help. We ought to ship someone under the ocean for his or her safety. He tells only Taylor is someone who should have reached there until now in our crew. He asks to call him, however. One of the team members says no, how can we depend upon Taylor? He had left some humans' death in submarine these days. However, their head says who can help us besides Taylor, so we will have to name him now. It's Fearsome. Now he become residing in Thailand after being brushed off from his services. Now the holder of center and chief moved to Thailand. That allows you to take him back. They say to him, we need to hire you in research center. However, Taylor refuses. They request him, pronouncing just come back for humanity. On the other facet, it is seen that Head's daughter had no assurance on Taylor taking her submarine. She leaves that vicinity now that Head and the holder of center convey Taylor to research middle. The Pinnacle knows that his daughter has set off alone in submarine. Then Taylor is obtainable a totally unique submarine. There is Suyin's daughter. When he is going there in submarine, she requests convey my mother appropriately. Taylor drops her outdoor at the same time as promising her. Afterwards, he goes underwater on his challenge. Suyin has reached there of these 3 individuals when a mysterious creature hits their submarine. It becomes an awful squid, which was stuck with the submarine tightly, but Suyin notices that it has left the submarine now genuinely. That squid changed into an attack by means of that darkish shot, and that shark was exquisitely sized at the same time. Taylor also tactics there that you have to depart drifting your submarine because it has been spoiled. Then Taylor saves his ex-spouse and her fellow members in his submarine. Then the large shark named Meg seems there. The identification of the film shows it as one of their team members who refuses to board the submarine. I will no longer be survived, and you may also emerge as the victim. He locks himself in the underwater car, and the giant shark moves closer to it. It places him at risk of losing his life, and they get upset because they are now not capable of rescuing him. Then it's miles shown that they have reached Research Center securely right where they study the Meg shark and come to recognize that it has been killed a century in the past. But some of them had been surviving underneath. Mariana Trench, it is massive enough that it may devour 3 sharks at a time. Now they have been questioning that it isn't an infant's play to investigate it because it is significantly threatening. It's far proven that Suyan's daughter is going into an underwater station. Wherein the seaside becomes clear, she is there that Meg shark straight away appears. There, it attempts to assault her, it bites on the bulletproof glass of the underwater station. That glass isn't always shattered, but its bite mark is left there. All come there to hear the shrieking of that little female. The small shark also comes there, and they think that little lady is fearful witnessing it. The Meg shark also strategies there, and it engulfs that small shark piercingly. Mariana Trench has drifted upward with the start of its thermal layer. There was a threat that Meg shark should assault them, and then they got data that there may be attack on a few boats at a distance. They visit, see it, and witness that Meg shark had no longer attacked on 1 boat but 3 boats. Research Center Chief says we can ought to take movement quickly, in any other case it will also seize us. Then they determine to interact Meg shark tranquilizing it, but Taylor clears its miles too huge to be controlled via all and sundry. Why no longer we have to modify a tracker. On all of it say we are able to ought to cross near it for this reason who will go near it, and Taylor has the same opinion for this. A gun is given to Taylor through which he has to shoot a tracker in Meg shark. It will become out of sight as he goes closer to it. He notices its fins at a distance at the same time as probing it. He adjusts the tracker concentrated on it. Now the connected string with Tyler is pulled to carry him returned. It creates sound, so Meg shark starts to evolve to follow Taylor is listening to it. Meg shark is almost to attack Taylor, so he's hurriedly pulled into the boat by means of his fellow participants. They suppose they'll knock out Meg shark as soon as possible, in any other case, it will convey a drastic disaster. Then they lock Suyan right into a shark-proof tank, attaching it with string. Now Suyan's actions underneath the sea indicate that she needed to poison Meg shark with a tool. Now it's far shown that Meg shark tries tough to crash that tank, but of no avail. Sadly, that string is damaged, and Meg shark grips that tank into its mouth. The rest of the team participants have been throwing the piece of meat into the ocean so that Meg shark may move in the direction of them. As Meg shark moved to the pieces of meat, Taylor and Suyan began to pass at the floor of the sea, getting a hazard noticing them. Meg starts to attack them. Fortuitously, they are secured, and Suyan injects its mouth with poison. As a result, it's miles dead because of the penetrated poison in its mouth. Taylor and Suyan are also pulled out of the sea. Now that the lifeless Meg shark has additionally been brought out of the sea, all have been excited as they have ended the Meg shark. Now they have been assuming that there is no creature that can also damage them. One of their contributors changed into the sea water, showing his pleasure. Another big Meg shark appears there and swallows that guy. Now it is additionally transferring to the lifeless Meg shark, and their ship loses its stability with each shark because it assaults to swallow the useless Meg shark. Meg shark appears there and engulfs another crew member. The remaining team leaves inside the other rescue boats, however, Meg shark become after them. Then a few helicopters are visible flying there, and that they make Meg shark flee even as firing their weapons. But it's Miles determined that the chief of research center became badly wounded. However, he's dead here unfortunately. Suyan weeps plenty on his father's demise, she gets agonized. Then Taylor comes there, he explains to her the whole lot will be all proper. The owner of the research center informs them even as they are returning that he has alerted the Chinese army to transport them to a secure location to escape the Meg shark. He adds that he can even seal the research center by boarding a helicopter and beginning to lift off from that location in the interim. It has long been established that he was lying when he claimed to have actual knowledge of the Chinese army. His own desire to defeat the Meg shark led him to order specific explosives and equipment. Now that there has been a very good boom and it is clearly seen that a bomb was detonated on Meg shark, numerous chunks of meat were evidently flung into the sea. Then the holder of center thinks as he has ended Meg shark, then he asks other group contributors inside the boat just go and check whether or not it's far truly Meg shark. Going near it they understand that it changed into not Meg Shark but a giant whale. He falls into the water from the boat. Accidentally Meg Shark became additionally there. He actions to the lifeless whale so that it will steady himself, but Meg Shark victimizes him coming there and he dies. Now rescue team is aware of the holder of the center became a telling a lie, nobody will method to rescue us. Taylor says we are able to need to kill Meg Shark getting together. Now they test on the map about a seaside. Many humans visit there to spend their excursion. It is detected with the aid of the tracker that Meg Shark is likewise in the surroundings. They expect Meg Shark will certainly assault them. Seeing them in a huge range they circulate to that beach, a good way to prevent Meg Shark's assault. However, Meg Shark had regarded there before they reached. It assaults them seeing a big quantity of humans on the seaside and it begins to swallow them. In the meantime Taylor reaches there in his boat through plan. They use a whale call within the water. Meg Shark's attention is diverted, thinking there may be a whale, so it takes action there to seek it on the opposite aspect. Taylor and Suyin had been on this wait of its arrival when Meg Shark became in the direction of them so that they could take their underwater automobile at a distance. Vehicles also had a rocket grenade through which they could attack it. Now it's Miles seen that Meg Shark is also after them and it crashes that underwater vehicle, inflicting its button to be broken. Meg Shark changed into constantly striking at the underwater car, but Taylor makes use of his wit and he passes underwater car even as turning near Meg Shark. Its pointed metallic passes even as tearing up the facet part of Meg Shark. Now Meg Shark became badly wounded and it changed into also bleeding an excessive amount of. However, it again comes after the underwater car as being alive. It starts off evolved to wreck it at the same time as attacking constantly. Now Taylor leaves underwater vehicle but Meg Shark became nonetheless heading to assault him. Taylor pricks a pointed item into the eye of Meg Shark, removing it from an underwater automobile, so its sight is lost right here. Eliminating a pointed object from an underwater vehicle starts agonizing, and its non-stop bleeding draws many small sharks towards it. They start to eat it while coming there. At the end, they give up Meg Shark as a large variety, and it expires now. Su-in rescues Taylor, and both come to the floor. Suyin's daughter changed into her, and alongside her, the three of them are satisfied with the idea that they got from Meg Shark, and the movie also completes with it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment below.